Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Cancerians, this is going to be a storytelling that we're going to do in honor of the autumnal equinox, which that is the time of the year that's happening right now. Where if you're in the northern hemisphere, the sun is moving across that celestial equator and moving south, and so it's going to be a time period where first we have equal parts, 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night, and then we start to see that shift where we're going to have longer nights than we do have days. And if we're in the southern hemisphere, it's the exact reverse. So let's keep that in mind for the inspiration for this story. And then also, I wanted to just mention that the equinoxes are really important all around the world in different cultures. I am right now sitting in front of a depiction of the Mayan calendar because I think it's really cool that at the equinox in Mexico, Chichen Itza specifically, there is a temple dedicated to Quetzalcoatl. Also, that there's dual names. So Quetzalcoatl is the Aztec name for this deity. Kukulkan is the Mayan name, but at this temple on the equinox, there's a slither of light that comes down the 91 steps of the temple, and it looks very much like a slithering serpent. And down at the end, the bottom of the stairway, there's the carved head of a serpent, and the name Quetzalcoatl is actually the feathered serpent, and so it kind of represents the highest element of the birds of the feather being combined with the lowest element, which is the water serpent. And so we could kind of metaphorically maybe think of this in terms of the cosmos connecting to the earth energy. So we'll keep all that in mind. I like different cultural aspects, especially when it's something that's celebrated around the world. The equinox is really special. So let's start out with what is the energy that our Cancerian might be sitting in initially, and at that time of like equilibrium, at the time of the equinox. And we've got the Six of Cups in the reverse. This is saying that Cancerian has come to a conclusion that something is not returning into their world, and they're quite all right with that. They're not looking for something to return into their life. They're content. We have a Two of Pentacles sideways. It's as if this Cancerian has said, I've made peace with the fact that I've completed a journey with a soulmate. I don't have nostalgia. I'm not looking for that to come back. And I'm wondering, do they feel the same way? Are they releasing me as well? There's a bit of that's the only question mark here. Is like, why do I feel lighter? I wonder if they feel lighter as well. Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's very much I'm going to say that this Cancerian is feeling a wonderful sense of relief, like I don't feel burdened by anybody else's energy around me. I feel like there's an excitement building in me that I'm walking forward for a whole new adventure. Not a repeat cycle, not something that's still lingering on the outskirts of my life that's about to pop back up like a, like regurgitating food or something with an acid reflux, but rather I don't have exes coming back. I don't have things unfinished from the past or repeat cycles. Eight of Wands. No, I'm telling you, our Cancerian is feeling this moment of peace in this storyline where they're reflecting on the fact that I think I've completed some journeys and I think I'm about to embark on a new one. 8 and 8, this is very positive. This is a Cancerian who is ready to maybe talk to all new people, take new action, go in new directions. They're no longer, I'll say, held hostage by unfinished business or memories of the past or feeling another person's energy that still lingers somewhere on the outskirts of their mind. Now, bear in mind, this doesn't have to have anything to do with love. This could have to do with, sometimes in life, we don't really realize when we grew beyond something. We simply know that we kind of have something that used to weigh heavy on a character's mind or something. It no longer has that place of importance. Maybe time and distance have changed, or maybe we've grown and evolved. Maybe memories have dimmed. Maybe just the importance of a situation has diminished in a character's life. And at this point, I gotta say, this is so wonderful. Our character is reflecting on exactly that. Maybe it's been 7 years or 7 months. 7 is a divine number. This shows growth. It shows that our character is becoming beautifully aware that something doesn't sting anymore, something doesn't have the power to pull at their heartstrings anymore. A situation has lost importance that once upon a time could have been like a perpetual, repetitious thought process or something that kept plaguing them. And it's so wonderful to just be free of that. That's what I would say about this story so far. So we have a Ten of Swords, yeah, an ending and a genuine sense of relief. As our Cancerian moves forward, what they're expressing in this storyline so far is that it's a relief. Something is genuinely over. I'm healed from it. A painful ending. It's like if for a long time Cancerian was like, I can't believe that something has ended, and will I never speak to that person again? Cancerian is now like, yeah, well, that was over. I don't want to reach back out to that memory or to that person. I don't want to relive that event. I've actually healed from it. It's a very freed sense of energy in this one. All right, so since we have a wonderful sense of awareness, and that's really what this is, it's an awareness that I have healed from something, and I'm ready for this new, I'll say this new action to be taken with that Eight of Cups and Eight of Wands. We have an Ace of Cups. This might be a time for Cancerian to just fill their own cup up with love, to really, I'm feeling like either this could be a Cancerian lost a connection in their life with, friends or a soulmate. It could have been a romance, or it could have been just, sometimes we are really close to a group of people and we see them all the time, and then those people go in different directions. Think of like, we've all worked with groups of people before where it's like we're the dream team, we love working together, and then one by one, we part ways and we go different directions, and maybe there's even been drama or trauma or an unhappy ending. But you know what? Once we get beyond that and enough other experiences start to fill our lives, that whole time in our life fades into the distance and is being replaced, thankfully, with a time of much greater happiness, much greater joy. So our Cancerian is, I don't think that they're nostalgic about anything. This could be a time when this Cancerian is, during this equinox, they could be actually like energetically clearing out anything that could still just be left behind. They might be throwing away an old memento, deleting an old text, getting rid of old emails. But I'm more inclined to say they're not even bothering to do that. There's no looking back here. In fact, all it is this wonderful sense of awareness that I don't look back at it and feel anything because it's a closed chapter of my life. I genuinely have moved on, and I'm so excited for this new sense of joy and fulfillment, self-love. It could be a time for new love as well. And that's really what it's looking like to me. The Empress, oh my gosh, the future is pregnant with possibility. We've got the Magician, we've got the Nine of Cups upright, and we've got the High Priestess. Okay, so hold on, because Cancerian is rising up in this storytelling right now, loud and clear. They are ready for new love. They're ready for not just new love, but a kind of new love that would be like the one, something serious, something. This could be a character who's also saying, you know what? I'm going to have a child at some point. I know that I am. I'm ready for that. I can feel it. I'm filled with this expectation of, I don't know why, but I can sense that somebody is on their way into me. Somebody is coming toward my life. Here's the reason I'm really saying this is because what we actually have here is the magical power couple. So the Magician is like the Emperor in the magical realm, and the High Priestess is like the Empress in the magical realm. So we actually have an Emperor Empress, but they happen to be a magical power couple. It's like it exists in the 5D. It hasn't taken shape in the 3D. But remember, this Cancerian is very much rooted in the 3D. They're already the Empress, and they're coming across as the like magical kind of an Empress as well. All-seeing, divine feminine energy, super intuitive, very much in their element. This Cancerian is so full of good energy, good emotions, and they are using those good emotions to their great benefit to call in like a divine connection with a a magical power couple, knowing full well this is going to be the kind of romance where it is both spiritual and it's also rooted in the 3D world. So it's kind of like, because Cancerian has cleared out all the negative energy, they're this beautiful conduit for nothing but like the most positive, high vibe energy. And it's in that sense that they have the greatest power to manifest exactly what they really want, which in this case is great satisfaction, emotions that run deep and true and strong and meaningful. And it's like, I don't just want any old kind of relationship. I want the kind of thing that feels like magic. I want a fairy tale. I want a storybook. I want something that comes across like it's almost like I'm constructing this with my mind, but I know that it's not quite that. I know this person exists, but I'm calling them in for myself and they're calling out to me as well. But it's all because of the timing right now. I'm my feet are grounded on the earth, but my energy is so, I'll say the energy is so divine, and it's coming from so far up above that, of course, our character is using like the most magical and powerful tools that anyone could ever use to manifest, which is love. Yeah, the love of one's life, the love of, one's higher self, connecting to the awe that comes with recognizing how valuable this lifetime is, and it's put against that juxtaposition of how wonderful it is to not be trapped in a painful memory, to not be lugging around old energy. I think that's why it would be like, think of it this way. If an athlete does resistance training, they try to run, but they've got like those bands around them. And so there's something always pulling them back. They are building up more strength so that when those bands come off, they're actually going to, without that added resistance, they're going to go so much further. It's kind of like that. Like this previous connection was like the resistance band training. And we're taking off those resistance bands and we're going to see just how physically, emotionally fit our Cancerian is. And it's a sight to behold. It's beautiful. They don't have any blockages. This Cancerian is very attuned to this change in the season of their life. You notice that on the High Priestess card, we have the the winter and fall. There's something here about a change of season, which is so appropriate for, what we're describing with the autumn equinox as well. It's really, I think, going to be the best time of Cancerian's life. I think no matter what age they are, this person could be much more mature in age, or they could be childbearing age. But the bottom line is, this might be the first time in their lives they've ever been able to use their powers of manifestation to this high caliber extent, where they're bringing in truly one of the best relationships of their life. And granted, not everything is about relationship, but that's why I was saying this is more like the magical bond. It's a kind of bond where two people, it's not just like, oh, great, I'm going to have a companion, and we can slip into that role where every Tuesday night we have spaghetti and then we fight over who does the dishes. No, this would be a bond of like two very spiritually powerful individuals that are bonding and experiencing a completely different level of connection. I'm surprised we don't have something like a Two of Cups that's come out here, but it could be likened to something like that. But I like that we're not trying to define it. I like that the card actually didn't come out and that we're just letting it be a profoundly meaningful and spiritual connection that's being built here for Cancerian, that they're calling in. It's not that it's being built, it's that Cancerian is welcoming it in. And it's all because they're done with the other connections that didn't actually, they're done with lessons. That's what I would say. They're done. They've completed a really big lesson here. That Six of Cups is they're done with that. It's not about exes returning. This is finally calling in someone who's spiritually equal to where the Cancerian is at right now. So I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.